later became a blighted horizon. We need to restore this corridor and return it to a neighborhood roadway that encourages pedestrian traffic as much as automobile traffic and will restore our local business economy with better parking. We'll be starting a planning process this year with the Metropolitan Planning Organization and the Treasure Coast Regional Planning Council, and we'll reach out to business leaders and the community for their input in those plans. We'll be looking at what's feasible regarding circulation, mobility, building heights and frontage, mix of uses, transit, infill strategies, code challenges, regulatory incentives, density and intensity, and a broad range of issues of concern and ways to address them. We'll also be discussing the need for better organization among merchants, branding, outreach, marketing, and related economic strategies. Our opportunities with Dixie Highway are endless. I'm also extremely optimistic about the city's efforts in the Park of Commerce, and the coming year will be a time of exciting change there. When I first joined the commission, I had heard about the concept of a Park of Commerce for about 15, 20 years. There were many false starts and failed grant applications, and even consultants' reports about the need to improve the infrastructure, but no tangible results over any of that time. I learned that basically over the preceding 15 years, the city had not really done the necessary upfront work required for such an endeavor. That included things such as completing the roadway, the design, acquiring the necessary right-of-way, and identifying any matching funds. All of this and more has to happen before the state, county, or federal government can give you any money. During the past 3 years, we've done more than the preceding 15 years combined, and we're now at the point where we are getting the funding assistance that we need. We have been approved for a $1.4 million Economic Development Administration grant, a match of $1 million in county funding for intersection improvements, and we're currently working towards that $3.5 million request from the state legislature that we supposedly got last year and then the governor vetoed. But we went back for more. The city's contribution involves over $4 million in water, sewer, drainage, and electric improvements that had to be done anyway in that area. And when Boutwell Road is completed, the results of many years' efforts will be realized in much-needed tax base and jobs. Several of the projects I mentioned at the beginning of my address are located within the Park of Commerce, and I cannot overstate just how important it is to our city. In a city with many needs, increasing our tax base there actually benefits all of our residents. And let me explain how. Basically, industrial zone development actually requires less services than what they pay for in property taxes. Residentially zoned properties generally require more in services than they pay for in property taxes. So land within the Park of Commerce could actually subsidize the cost of government services and programs and keep residents' taxes lower. Another important aspect of the Park of Commerce, of course, is job creation. It's estimated that the development potential of the area could create up to 4,800 jobs right here in the city of Lake Worth. Jobs in our city, close to the people who need them most. I hate to remind you, but our unemployment rate is one of the highest in the county, and every effort we can make to bring employment to the city is a step in the right direction. And I'm very proud of our city. We've started to understand our capabilities to think and act as a leader in so many ways. And what could have been considered as one time as a liability can now be looked at as a positive asset with tremendous potential. Case in point, our recently signed performance contract with Siemens, it will enable us to do projects that will redefine Lake Worth as a leader. But as I've stated in each of the efforts before, it's only possible now because we've been doing the difficult and necessary work up front in the last 4 years. The basic premise behind performance contracting is money that is currently being spent for inefficient energy items, such as lighting, can be used to finance completely new upgrades through the savings the new equipment will generate. The contractor further guarantees the performance of the equipment so the financing works. As you may have heard, we're going to be getting much needed and anticipated street lighting across the entire city. Lighting has been such a problem in our city for a long time. And if you get a chance to speak with Captain Bear, he'll tell you there are areas within our neighborhoods that need lighting so badly. Working with the Sheriff's Office, will not only be replacing the existing lighting, but we'll also be putting up missing lighting that was blown down from the hurricanes 10 plus years ago. And the change-out is going to begin within the next 2 months, and our existing inefficient and light-polluting fixtures will be replaced with new LED lights. They will be dark sky friendly, 2700 Kelvin. And the other great things about LEDs, besides being energy efficient, is they last a lot longer than our current lights, which means less maintenance and less cost. The other project that's part of the performance contract is the installation of 2 megawatts of solar power. You betcha, Lake Worth's taking a bold move, being a leader in the state by creating our very own solar farm. The photovoltaic panels will be installed at the old closed landfill on the south end of the city. Talk about turning a trash into treasure, right? This is a green energy source that can also, we're starting with 2, you can add an additional 8 megawatts panels for future expansion, which will be up to 10. And an interesting fact is that as a percentage of power generated from solar, we will be surpassing FP&L, who currently gets only 0.6% of their power from solar. When our panels go online later this year, we'll be generating 2.2% of our power needs, with a potential of 11.1%. And that is opportunity. The other upgrades made possible through the performance contract will include new, more accurate meters for both electrical and water service. You'll be able to actually track your use through your smartphone with a new app we're going to release in the fall. Additionally, more energy efficient devices are being installed at various facilities to save more energy, reduce carbon emissions, and again, position us as a true leader in being green. We are so ahead of most of the other communities in all of Palm Beach County. And while we're talking about exciting new things happening at the electric utility, I want to make sure you know we have now developed a power outage tracker map. It's an online program that will allow customers to see when and where the power outages develop. You can stop by the table, Jack is back there, and speak with city staff so they can give you more details about that project. All of our departments here today have exciting and innovative new programs and features that will make Lake Worth shine in 2016. I encourage you to please stop by their tables for a first-hand look. I know they would be thrilled to answer each and every question you have. Right, guys? I hope I've given you an understanding of why I'm so energized and excited about the year ahead. I also hope you can appreciate all the hard work my fellow commissioners and I, along with our staff, have put into our city. It's truly a labor of love for the city we call home. Just like a family, though, sometimes we have some difficult disagreements. Or the political environment seems to be so divisive that we tear at the very fabric of our community and each other. I can't help but think of one longtime resident, though, who was very active, who just recently passed away. And that, of course, is Loretta Sharp. No one can question the love she had for the city, a love that motivated her to get involved in everything, to ask questions, and when she felt it was needed, take all of us to task. Oh, yeah. She had such a strong character and could forgive and forget and move on. Her passing reminds us all that life is so, so precious, and we are so very fortunate to be living in such an amazing city, and we are truly surrounded by wonderful people of every type, all unique and special. We cannot move forward divided or truly take care of our needs, leaving half the city behind with every action. Families will always have disagreements, but at the end of the day, the good ones care about each and every member. They learn to trust one another and work together. I've talked about the reasons I'm excited about this year ahead, But really, I'm buoyed by a strong belief that we can overcome whatever divides us. And let's use Loretta's example. We can clearly state our minds, but at the end of the day, be Lake Worthians first. I encourage you all to work together as friends, as neighbors, and let's create that type of community we all dream about. I promise to lead and decide with that same resolve and from the same place I always have, my heart, and working with you to bring this city to its brighter future. Our best days, days of opportunity and prosperity, lie ahead because the state of our city is strong. God bless you. Thank you so much. Please visit again. Our staff has some great presentations to show you. We encourage you to enjoy them.